Welcome to OOTO TV, the out-of-the-office investigation from the past into the future of health. This time we're discussing probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics in health and disease.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Sue, here with Bob, and we're truly excited to embark on this fascinating exploration with you today.
That's right, Sue. Today we're diving into a topic that's, well, it's really reshaping our understanding of wellness and medicine.
Yeah.
The profound influence of probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics.
Mm-hmm.
It's a journey into the hidden microscopic world within us, revealing how these tiny yet mighty elements are fundamentally shaping our health right now and far into the future.
And our mission today is to really get into the complexities of these three vital components. We'll start by clearly defining each one, then explore their unique roles and the intricate ways they interact to influence our well-being. We'll also uncover their surprising applications across various body systems, from the obvious gut health to mental clarity, bone strength, and even some really groundbreaking approaches to disease prevention.
We'll also shine a light on some of the cutting-edge research and real-world clinical breakthroughs that are dramatically expanding our knowledge.
Definitely.
You'll find some truly remarkable insights here because, as we'll see, probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics significantly impact your health.
So let's begin by setting the stage, Bob, because these terms, well, they're often lumped together, but each plays a really distinct and powerful role in our internal ecosystem.
They really do.
Understanding the differences is, I think, key to appreciating their full potential.
Absolutely, Sue. Let's start with the most commonly known. Probiotics. At their core, these are live microorganisms, think beneficial bacteria or yeasts, which when you consume them in sufficient amounts, actually deliver a health benefit to you, the host.
Right. Live organisms.
Exactly. The very word probiotic comes from ancient Greek, meaning for life. It's a concept that traces back to early 20th century observations like Eli Meshnikov noting in 1907 how the longevity of Bulgarians seemed linked to their daily intake of fermented dairy, which was rich in lactic acid bacteria.
Wow, back in 1907.
Yeah, quite a while ago. This foundational idea has evolved, leading to the widely accepted definition from the FAO and WHO back in 2001.
So when you think about probiotics in your daily life, Bob, what comes to mind immediately are foods like yogurt, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso.
All the fermented stuff.
Exactly. Take kefir, for example. It's a cultured dairy product, absolutely packed with these beneficial microbes. Studies suggest it not only supports digestive health, but can also help reduce inflammation and boost immune function by stimulating It's even helped animal models fight off intestinal infections.
That's impressive.
And then there's natto, those uniquely fermented Japanese soybeans. They're not just a probiotic powerhouse, they're also rich in vitamin K, which is essential for calcium metabolism and strong bones.
Right, vitamin K.
Yeah, and we're even seeing research linking natto to reduced bone loss in postmenopausal women.
It's truly remarkable how these living microbes work within us. We often hear about genera like lactobacillus, bifidobacterium, and Saccharomyces being used.
The common ones.
Right, the big names. But it's critical to remember that their health effects are often incredibly strain-specific. It's not just any lactobacillus. It's this specific strain of lactobacillus that matters.
That's a really key point, Bob. Strain specificity.
Absolutely. And their mechanisms are quite intricate. They can reshape the overall composition of our gut microbiota, actively competing with harmful pathogens for both nutrients and crucial binding spots on the intestinal wall.
So they fight for space.
Pretty much. They also strengthen what we call the intestinal barrier function, essentially, making sure only the good stuff gets through. Plus, they profoundly modulate our immune system.
And you mentioned the gut-brain axis.
Yes. And here's where it gets really interesting. They produce antimicrobial substances and other beneficial byproducts, influencing our nervous system through that fascinating two-way street we call the gut-brain axis.
So if probiotics are the tiny workers, what exactly fuels them, Bob? That brings us neatly to prebiotics.
Right.
These are essentially the food for those beneficial gut bacteria. They are non-digestible substances, typically dietary fibers, that beneficially affect us by selectively stimulating the growth and activity of the good gut bacteria. That definition was refined by ISAP, the International Scientific Association for Probiotics and Prebiotics.
And you probably encounter prebiotics naturally every day without even realizing it. Think about Whole grains, onions, garlic, bananas, leeks, asparagus, chicory root, which is a common source of inulin. Another common example is fructooligosaccharides, or FOS.
FOS, yeah.
The magic truly happens when these prebiotics make it all the way to your colon intact, because our human enzymes just can't digest them.
They survive the journey.
Exactly. Once there, your gut bacteria ferment them, leading to the production of crucial short-chain fatty acids like acetate, propionate, and butyrate.
Butyrate is a big one.
Huge. This process acts like a selective fertilizer, boosting beneficial bacteria like bifidobacteria and lactobacilli, while discouraging the growth of less desirable pathogenic bacteria, ultimately fostering a healthier microbiome.
And these metabolites, the short-chain fatty acids, they do more too.
Oh yes. They also provide energy for your colon cells, help regulate your immune system, and further enhance that critical gut barrier function we just mentioned. It's all connected.
And finally, we arrive at what some consider the newest frontier in this field, postbiotics, defined by ISBP just recently, in 2021.
Relatively new term, yeah.
Right. These are preparations of inanimate microorganisms, essentially non-living microbes and/or their components that still confer a health benefit on the host. They are, in essence, the active substances that probiotics produce during their growth and metabolism.
You can really think of them as the beneficial byproducts or the leftovers with a purpose, Sue.
Leftovers with a purpose? I like that.
Yeah. This can include inactivated microbial cells, pieces of cell walls, functional proteins, peptides, and yes, those important short-chain fatty acids we just discussed, along with vitamins, bacteriocins, which are natural antimicrobials, and other powerful bioactive metabolites. The specific blend of postbiotics depends heavily on the original probiotic strain that produced them, the conditions they grew in, and what they had to eat during fermentation.
What's fascinating here, Bob, is that their mechanisms of action are quite similar to both probiotics and prebiotics in their beneficial effects. They can fine-tune your gut microbiota composition by inhibiting harmful bacteria and giving a boost to beneficial ones.
So similar outcomes, different approach.
Exactly. They also strengthen that vital gut barrier function, exhibit powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, and modulate your immune response. Because they're non-viable, meaning they aren't living and don't replicate in the gut, postbiotics can sometimes offer a potentially safer alternative to live probiotics.
That sounds really important for certain groups.
It is, especially significant for immunocompromised individuals or critically ill patients, where introducing live organisms might actually be a concern. Each of these components, Bob, probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics, truly plays a distinct yet symbiotic role in maintaining the body's overall balance, contributing significantly to health and even to treating disease.
You're listening to OOTO TV with research by author Paul Bourleau. Now, with that foundational understanding, let's explore the profound impact of this incredible trio on various aspects of our health. Moving beyond just gut-specific issues to, well, systemic diseases.
Right, the bigger picture.
The dynamic interactions between our gut microbiota and our immune systems are absolutely essential for maintaining intestinal balance and keeping inflammation in check. When this delicate equilibrium, what we call gut dysbiosis, is disrupted,
Dysbiosis, yeah.
it can lead to negative shifts in our microbial composition, fueling inflammation, oxidative stress, that's essentially cellular rust, and even insulin resistance.
And over time, chronic dysbiosis has been statistically linked to a surprising array of conditions, hasn't it? Things like type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease,
autoimmune diseases like systemic lupus erythematosus, inflammatory bowel disease, even various cancers. The list is quite long.
Indeed, Bob, the evidence connecting gut dysbiosis to these conditions is compelling. For instance, in patients with lupus, a notable increase in the gut bacterium Ruminococcus blautia novis has been observed right alongside disease flare-ups.
Interesting correlation.
Very. In various gastrointestinal diseases, a reduction in beneficial butyrate-producing bacteria can lead to less mucus production. Think of mucus as that protective lining in your gut, while an increase in mucus-degrading bacteria, like certain virulent E. coli strains, might actually damage that crucial layer.
So it's about the balance shifting.
Precisely. Even complex neurological conditions like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's diseases are showing distinct shifts in gut bacteria. Animal models of Parkinson's, for example, have demonstrated that specific gut microbiota are necessary for certain motor deficits and even the progression of the disease pathology. It truly highlights the gut's far-reaching influence.
This brings us directly to how these biotics can be harnessed for our benefit. And what stands out most about probiotics is their incredible versatility. We've seen that targeting probiotics exponentially leverage mental and physical health.
It's so true. In gastrointestinal health, for instance, probiotics have shown remarkable promise for a common issue like antibiotic-associated diarrhea,
Which so many people experience.
Right. Multiple reviews consistently indicate that giving probiotics alongside antibiotics can reduce the likelihood of diarrhea by about half in non-hospitalized adults. And they show a protective effect in healthy children, too.
What about older adults?
Well, it's worth noting that a clear, definitive benefit for the elderly in this specific context hasn't been as strongly demonstrated. It might just be due to fewer studies focused on this age group, though. More research needed there.
Okay. And for inflammatory bowel disease, or IBD, like Crohn's and ulcerative colitis?
Yes. For IBD, lactic acid bacteria, or LA, are proving to be quite valuable. They can enhance that intestinal barrier function we discussed and mitigate inflammatory responses.
How do they do that?
Well, some lactobacillus and pediococcus strains have even been shown to synthesize compounds that actively protect the intestine by regulating specific inflammatory pathways. A notable pilot study even revealed that a specific strain, Bifidobacterium longum BB536, effectively helped induce remission in patients with ulcerative colitis.
That's fantastic news for patients.
It is. It's a complex area, though, as the effectiveness of LA can vary significantly between ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. Still more to learn.
And something maybe more common, like irritable bowel syndrome.
For IBS, specific probiotic mixtures have been found to be quite effective in relieving symptoms for many people, but their impact goes far beyond just the gut, Bob. Consider necrotizing enterocolitis, or NEC.
Ah, yes, the serious condition in premature infants.
Exactly, a severe and devastating disease. Studies show that probiotics, particularly combinations of lactobacillus and bifidobacterium, have helped prevent this condition in very low birth weight infants.
That sounds like a lifesaver.
It can be. However, it's absolutely crucial to acknowledge a serious side to this. In 2023, the FDA issued a warning.
Oh, really?
Yes, a warning to healthcare providers about severe, potentially fatal infections in premature infants caused by microorganisms found in certain probiotic products.
Wow, okay. That's critical context.
It really underscores the importance of extremely careful clinical consideration, especially for our most vulnerable populations. You can't just give probiotics without thinking carefully.
Expanding even further, you mentioned oral health earlier.
Yes. Specific probiotics, like bifidobacteria, are showing inhibitory effects on oral inflammations. We're seeing evidence that fermented yogurt and certain probiotic strains can improve gingival health and act as valuable adjuncts in treating periodontal disease.
So good for your gums, too.
Potentially, yes. It really makes you think differently about your whole oral hygiene routine, doesn't it?
It does. And what's truly exciting, Sue, is the rapidly emerging field of psychobiotics and their profound impact on mental health. As we said, targeting probiotics exponentially leverage mental and physical health.
Absolutely. Many bifidobacteria strains, for instance, are now considered psychobiotics. Research is revealing that specific bifidobacteria can actually confer resistance to stress and have antidepressant-like effects.
Really? Antidepressant effects from gut bacteria?
The evidence is mounting. For instance, Bifidobacterium breve has been shown to produce beneficial compounds, what we call neuroactive metabolites, that can actually reverse chronic stress-induced depressive symptoms in mice. And Bifidobacterium longum has been found to reduce stress, anxiety, and depression-related behaviors, even improving memory in anxious mice. This powerful bidirectional communication between your gut and your brain is becoming undeniably clear.
The gut-brain axis in action. And the influence even extends to bone health, you mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Imagine this. A probiotic like Bifidobacterium longum, especially when combined with something like yacon flour, can actually increase bone mass density by elevating specific gene expressions related to bone formation.
Wow. So potentially helping prevent osteoporosis.
That's the hope. Another strain, Bifidobacterium adolescentis, is shown to modulate bone repair by dampening fracture-induced systemic inflammation. It's truly a new perspective on keeping our bones strong throughout life.
And in a truly futuristic application, Sue, engineered bifidobacteria are even being explored for cancer treatment.
Engineered bacteria? That sounds like science fiction.
Almost. These microscopic allies have a unique ability. They can selectively proliferate, meaning grow and multiply in the low oxygen or hypoxic regions of solid tumors.
They seek out the tumors.
Essentially, yes. This remarkable characteristic is being harnessed for in situ delivery of anti-cancer agents in animal models. For example, a specific strain of Bifidobacterium longum has been used to deliver a compound to rat mammary and metastatic breast tumors, which then converts a non-toxic prodrug directly into an anti-cancer drug right where it's needed.
Targeted delivery minimizing side effects.
Exactly. Similarly, another engineered Bifidobacterium longum strain has been made to express a protein that actively inhibits tumor growth by preventing proliferation and inducing the death of tumorous vascular endothelial cells. This is a highly targeted approach.
It sounds incredibly promising, but are there potential downsides?
Well, a crucial cautionary note here. While such specific bacterial targeting is promising, the widespread use of broad-spectrum antibiotics, which are still common interventions.
Right, they wipe out everything.
Exactly. They can unfortunately negatively impact our healthy gut microbiota. This underscores the critical need for highly targeted, precise therapeutic strategies that don't cause collateral damage.
Makes sense. And finally, Bob, the cardiovascular system. How do these microbes play a role there?
It's another huge area. Bifidobacteria play a critical role in reducing classical risk factors for cardiovascular disease, things like obesity, high cholesterol, and diabetes.
How do they manage that?
Through direct actions like suppressing oxidative stress, that's cellular damage improving immunomodulation, or the fine-tuning of our immune system, and maintaining the integrity of the intestinal barrier. This inhibits the translocation of harmful compounds like TMAO.
TMAO, linked to heart risk.
Correct, which is a byproduct specifically linked to increased cardiovascular disease risk. Indirectly, they improve lipid metabolism by accelerating fatty acid conversion and lowering cholesterol through processes like assimilation and bile salt hydrolysis.
So they help manage cholesterol, too.
Yes, and they can even improve glucose metabolism by restoring insulin signaling. Clinical trials have even shown probiotic yogurt with bifidobacteria, increasing beneficial serum markers in heart failure patients. The connections are just everywhere.
You're listening to OOTO TV with research by author Paul Bulow. So, Bob, we've extensively covered probiotics. Now let's revisit and maybe dig a bit deeper into the critical, often understated roles of prebiotics and postbiotics in a more targeted way.
Good idea. Let's start with prebiotics. We mentioned earlier that targeting prebiotics result in significant impact on parasites and bacteria. Let's explore that.
That's absolutely right, Bob. By selectively stimulating the growth of those beneficial microbes like bifidobacteria and lactobacilli, prebiotics effectively transform the gut environment. They make it far less hospitable for pathogenic bacteria and other harmful elements to thrive.
Creating a healthier neighborhood, essentially.
Exactly. This positive shift is clearly seen in conditions like obesity, where prebiotic consumption has been shown to increase bifidobacterium and reduce specific unfavorable bacteria. And this leads to a noticeable decrease in body weight, fat percentage, and endotoxemia, which is basically toxins leaking into the bloodstream.
And prebiotics also play a fascinating protective role for probiotics themselves, right? Especially in supplements.
Yes, absolutely. In the manufacturing process, prebiotics like lactose and trehalose are actually used as cryoprotectants during processes like freeze drying.
Cryoprotectants, like antifreeze for bacteria.
Kind of. It dramatically improves the survival rates and stability of the probiotics during storage, ensuring they're still viable when they reach you. They also act as a shield within the gut, capable of degrading bile salts and acids, which can be toxic to probiotics.
Protecting them on the journey.
Right, protecting them during their crucial journey through the digestive tract. It's a truly synergistic relationship.
And then there are postbiotics, those beneficial byproducts. This area is particularly exciting because, as non-viable substances, postbiotics offer that potentially safer alternative for individuals with compromised immune systems or the critically ill. They provide the health benefits without the live microbial load. We believe targeting postbiotics specifically for your needs to build healthy bacteria.
Precisely, Bob. For instance, a postbiotic called indole-3 lactic acid, which comes from Lactobacillus reuteri metabolism of tryptophan.
Tryptophan, like in turkey.
Well, it's an amino acid found in many foods. This specific postbiotic derived from it has been shown to enhance immunotherapy for melanoma.
Wow, boosting cancer therapy.
Yeah. Another powerful example is a specific Bifidobacterium longum subspecies, EVC001, when combined with prebiotic human milk oligosaccharides, or HMOs.
Found in breast milk, right?
Exactly. This combination has been used successfully to treat infant malnutrition. It leads to the production of specific postbiotics that are beneficial for reducing intestinal inflammation and promoting healthy weight gain in infants.
These diverse components, from short-chain fatty acids to functional peptides, really highlight how postbiotics can be precisely targeted to achieve specific beneficial effects, all without the need for live organisms.
And we can't forget the synergistic combination of probiotics and prebiotics, known as synbiotics. That's another powerful approach that further enhances overall gut health, essentially giving you the best of both worlds.
Okay, so let's try and bring this all together, Sue. What have we truly learned about these incredible architects of our inner world?
Well, I think the biggest insight for me, Bob, is the absolute interconnectedness. Probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics don't work in isolation. They form this crucial, dynamic ecosystem within our gut.
A whole community.
Right. And it profoundly influences our entire physiological landscape.
And a key theme emerging from recent research, like discussions at events such as Probiota 2025, is what's being called the healthy gut paradox.
The paradox, yeah. Tell us about that.
Well, it highlights that there isn't one single universal definition of a healthy gut. Individual microbiomes vary so significantly across different populations and demographics. It really underscores that our understanding needs to move towards highly personalized approaches to gut health.
One size definitely does not fit all.
Exactly. Which leads us to a critical takeaway. Choosing the type of probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics is critical.
Indeed, Bob, and the powerful implications of the gut-brain axis simply cannot be overstated. We've seen how gut microbes and the biotics that support them directly impact mental health, mood, cognition, even behavior. It's truly a two-way conversation between our gut and our brain.
It really is. Their influence reaches so far beyond just digestion, doesn't it? Extending into our immune system, metabolic health, think obesity, type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, bone health, oral health.
And even offering those innovative avenues for cancer treatment through targeted engineered approaches. It's a whole body connection.
And this broad impact further emphasizes that the effects are often highly strain-specific. What works for one person or one condition might not work for another.
Which really highlights the importance of personalized solutions, moving us away from just generic recommendations towards something much more tailored.
Furthermore, it's abundantly clear that diet and lifestyle are absolutely fundamental. What we consume, whether it's the fiber-rich foods, typical of, say, a Mediterranean diet or diets higher in fat, profoundly shapes our gut microbiome.
For better or worse.
Right, directly impacting our health outcomes. And we must also acknowledge the significant, sometimes negative impact that common medications like broad-spectrum antibiotics and proton pump inhibitors can have on our gut flora. It's such a delicate balance.
The field is just exploding, Bob. There's significant market growth projected for these biotics, indicating a future where they will likely play an even larger role in health management.
Which is precisely why we must emphasize this point. Targeting probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics requires you to have a health plan, diet, and daily eating and sleep routine and process to provide the desired gut microbiota result for health.
Absolutely. It's about a comprehensive, holistic approach, not just relying on a single pill or supplement. It's the whole lifestyle package.
So here's a thought to mull over as we wrap up. Considering the incredible individuality of our microbiomes and the, frankly, immense complexity of these interactions, how might we move even further towards truly personalized biotic therapies in the future?
That's the big question, isn't it?
What role will cutting-edge genetic understanding and advanced diagnostic tools play in tailoring these health interventions precisely for your unique individual needs?
And the continued scientific exploration of how these microscopic organisms and their incredible byproducts can combat serious diseases, from cancer and heart disease to neurodegenerative disorders, it truly challenges our traditional understanding of medicine.
It really does.
What new revolutionary frontiers of health will this deeper understanding of our inner ecosystem ultimately unlock for all of us? It's exciting to think about.
That's all for this out-of-the-office investigation into the future of health. Thank you for joining us on OTO TV.
We hope this exploration has sparked your curiosity and provided you with valuable insights into the profound world of probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics. Until next time, keep exploring and stay well.